Hello, my name is Courtney Lakaitis. I'm the program manager to student organizations in the Office for Student Involvement and Leadership. And in today's SORT resource, I am going to show you how to submit a change detail request for events on Engage. Now, change detail requests are specific to events that have already gone through the approval process on Engage, meaning that you've submitted your form, you have worked with me to get your profile or to get your event requested with event services, and you've gone through all of the approval process and you've received your approval message on the event from myself. And so now, as you're getting a little bit closer to the event, you need to make some minor changes to the information and the setup, and you want to share that information with myself to be relayed to event services. So I'm going to show you how to do all that good stuff. Of course, we're going to start with logging on to Engage using our W number to get into the platform. And in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to click on the hamburger menu. You're going to scroll down to the organization that you want to change the event with. So my example is going to be within the SORT profile. And by clicking on that gear icon, you're going to have your tools menu that pops out, and go ahead and click on events. So my event is going to be held in September. And so this is the event, and you can click anywhere within this rectangle for the event information just to get into the next piece. So go ahead and click anywhere on that little rectangle. And this is kind of like the back end of the event, so which is also called the event details. So of course you can see the title, the profile picture, who, what, where, when, why kind of a thing. You can see information about your attendance, and so if you are tracking your attendance or if you need to check any invitations and RSVPs, you will do it through this process so far, okay? Okay, so you have your beautiful blue button called the Change Details button in the upper right-hand corner, and I want you to go ahead and click on that button. So again, as you see, everything is already filled out. So I have my description, I have my title, I have my date, time, location, I have my categories, all the good stuff. But I don't need to change the details until later on in the form. So you get to have the pleasure of watching me click next until I find that spot in the form. And you can just keep clicking next and clicking next. Okay. So I've also mimicked this event to mimic what you all see. So hopefully all this information is very familiar to you and it mimics exactly what you're looking at. So it is this next page that I need to change. So you'll see here that I have my seating, I have my banquet set up. I'm going to use the conference wing, but when I submitted this request, I wasn't really sure how I was going to utilize the additional rooms within the conference wing. So for this event, we're going to be using the Apollo room, and then I'm also going to have breakout sessions later on in the event that I need to utilize the Discovery rooms, the Atlantis rooms, and the Endeavor rooms. So I'm going to go to the bottom here to put that information in. Okay, so you can see that I chose to use the text box where we can just add additional information. I hadn't shared anything, but because I'm limited up here to have the priority set up with the round tables, I wanted to share a little bit more information down here in the box to share information for event services and for the program manager of student organizations, which also has to be myself. So I shared the information here, and this eventually will make sense to event services once they've had some time to communicate with me and figure some additional services out. So we're just going to continue to click next, because that was the only thing that I wanted to change. And so when you're going through this, you can change as much as you want. You could change the entire form if you really wanted to. If you have a great example is if you have a reoccurring meeting with your organization, and let's say that your meetings are every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. and you all decided that you didn't want to actually have like a business meeting and you wanted to go do maybe some crafts, or you wanted to go off campus or anything like that, you can change that event information to say like crafts off campus, or ice cream social, no meeting, or something like that. Then you can change all the information that you need to in this form to make your life easy, so that if we do need to remove microphones, or let's say that we need to cancel a physical space on campus for you, that we can do that for you just through the change detail request. So that's another really good example of how you can utilize the change detail request. Instead of submitting a brand new form, you can just utilize what you've already approved and just make the changes that you need to, because we can be very flexible with this form, and then we can also make those changes with event services as needed. So I'm going to finish up here. And because my form is going to look a little bit different than yours, what really should be in this section, because I have administrative access, so what really should be in this area for you is a little text box like this. And what you can say is exactly what you changed. So in the example of your reoccurring meeting is going to become an ice cream social, you can say canceled meeting for ice cream social, no longer need scheduled space. You can put something like that. You can also say things like change profile picture, if that's what you changed. Or like for my example, I additional setup information for additional rooms during event, like that. And then you can go ahead and click the Submit Revisions button. So utilize this text box as an opportunity to tell me exactly what you've done, because what happens is once you submit the Submit Revisions button, and once you click on that and the form is completed, I then receive that form again. And so that allows me to take a look at your submission and say like, okay, so they changed the profile picture, and I can just automatically approve that. Something where we need to cancel the space with event services, maybe we need to update your services, anything like that, that's going to take a couple extra days, or maybe even a couple extra hours. So sharing as much information as you can within that text box is going to be super helpful for myself and event services, so that we can best serve you and then get your event approved as fast as possible. So I hope this was super helpful to you. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can always email me at sort@wright.edu, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great day.